Do you love incorporating math into your daily cooking? Yeah, me neither. That's kind of would be crazy. No judgment, but that'd make you pretty weird. But I have realized that I need to because I need to count calories, at least in this stage of my weight loss journey. I've realized that I need to count calories to lose weight and be healthy. So today we're going to be talking about counting calories, my experiences with it up until now, and I've got an amazing tip for you for helping you to count calories that will help you lose weight. If you're new to the channel, I'm Mike. I'm a fat guy trying not to be fat anymore by making lifestyle changes and documenting it on YouTube. Thanks for following along today. And like I said, counting calories is a crazy important tool for weight loss because it helps you become more aware of the foods that you're eating and the amount of energy that they provide. And then when you consume those calories and you understand what your body needs, you'll also understand how your body can tap into your fat stores to then start burning fat to lose weight. And that kind of works in the opposite direction. If you don't understand and you overeat, you'll put extra energy, extra fat on your frame, and you'll gain weight. So counting calories, like I said, is absolutely been crucial for me in this journey so far. But counting calories is crazy inconvenient. Really, really inconvenient and not fun to do. Firstly, it's time consuming to measure and to track every single thing that you eat or drink. It can be particularly challenging if you're frequently eating out or experimenting with different foods and recipes, or you're just, again, doing recipes, because when you make something at home, you don't really know everything unless you measure every single ingredient. Like I said, time-consuming, takes time. Additionally, counting calories does require a certain level of knowledge and skill because you have to be able to read labels, understand portion sizes, and like I said, really get familiar with some of these calorie counting apps and tools. There is a bit of a learning curve that is a bit overwhelming, so like I said, that's kind of a downside of it. And additionally, counting calories is, I'll say, emotionally taxing. I don't really like to do it because you don't want to know how many calories are in some of your favorite foods. So those are some of the downsides of counting calories, and I totally understand why people don't want to do it. It's tedious, it's boring, it's a chore, it could be a stressor, and especially when you're already having a busy day, it's just a mess, and it can be difficult to do long term. But it doesn't have to be, and I do have, like I said, a few tips in here, and really this mountain of challenge that is faced me with counting calories oftentimes made it so I just wanted to opt out of counting calories and just kind of wing it, which I will say did not work in the past, which is why, if you've been following along, I've got 3 keys to success, and counting calories is one of them, because intuitive eating doesn't work for weight loss. It just doesn't work. But intuitive eating does work for some people as a way of just eating and understanding what your body needs. But I'll say that is the end goal, the ultimate goal. Even for myself, I want to get to a stage, I'll call it stage 5, because I'll go through the stages here of competency. But that's the end goal, is to be an intuitive eater, to where I just know, okay, I can have this much of that much of that, and just subconsciously understand what's going on and intuitively listen to my body and eat that. But as I want to say, intuitive eating is not a weight loss diet. Don't trick yourself. You can't just think, oh, I'm just going to eat when I'm hungry and stop eating when I'm full. Right now, especially if you're going from cold turkey, whatever, to starting weight loss, you can't just start out with intuitive eating. You have to capture and understand your calories. But I have a tip. I have a solution, but I think it's easier to conceptually understand the stages of learning and developing a skill. And let's not kid ourselves. Counting calories is a skill. It's not something that people are just, I think, intuitively born with. It's something that I myself have had to learn, and I'm still learning. So I will say, recently I heard something explained that I really took to heart a bit by Sal di Sefano from the Mind Pump podcast. Like I said, he explained the 4 stages of competency in this podcast, and it really made a lot of sense to me in regards to counting calories. So I'll take that and say I have adapted it to the 5 stages of competency with counting calories. I've added one. Hopefully he wouldn't be offended if he ever sees this. But we'll just get into it. Stage number 1, and again, this is the stages that everybody goes through, I feel like, when you are doing your weight loss journey and faced with an opportunity to count calories. So stage number 1 is, I was in unconscious incompetence, meaning I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what I didn't know. But really, in this stage, a person isn't even aware of calories. They don't understand them and why it's a problem that they're really not counting them and just eating whatever they want. They may have a general idea of certain foods are healthier than others, but they don't have a clear understanding of how many calories they are consuming. Like I said, they know that broccoli is healthier than cake, but they don't know how much to eat and really how many calories they're consuming. In this stage, like I said, stage 1, a person may think that they're eating healthy choices, like they'll make a salad, but they're not aware of the calorie content of all the extra stuff beyond just the lettuce. So they've got this salad and they're putting a whole bunch of ranch dressing in it, and they're putting, croutons and bacon bits, and any salad can taste good enough if you smother it in ranch, but they don't understand that all that ranch, you might as well eat a cheeseburger, because and this is what I've realized myself, is if you put all that extra stuff on there, you're just negating the whole process. You got to capture how many calories you're consuming. So stage 1, like I said, unconscious incompetence. You don't know. You just are kind of winging it. Stage 2, and this is the one that I've added that was not part of the original 4 stages, and I would call this conscious intimidated. At this stage, I would say a person realizes that they need to count calories, but they feel overwhelmed, and they're unsure about how to do it, and so then they, like I say, go back to the wing it method or step back down to stage 1. They may struggle with portion control at this point. Stage 2, they're unaware of how many calories they're eating in the food, but really they're intimidated to take any steps to control their calorie content in every meal or snack. This is where my amazing tip comes in. This is the big one. Tip is, you are going to fail, but failure is a part of the process, so embrace it and just start. Punch fear in the face and count your calories, because it's going to help. You need to learn. I need to understand. I needed to get to the point where I knew how many calories I'm taking in on a daily basis, so I know how much I'm what I need to do, what I need to eat, how I can plan. If I'm not counting calories and I'm just, again, doing the wing it method or stage 1 unconscious incompetence, then I'm just going to eat whatever, and it's not going to work. I'm going to stay where I was in the process. So stage 2, conscious intimidated. Move on to stage 3 as quickly as you can. And in fact, stage 3 is where I would say I am now. Stage 3 is conscious incompetence. That means I know that I suck. No, I know what I need to do, and I am trying to do it on a daily basis. I am trying to conceptually count every calorie that I consume, but I'm not overly accurate or overly stressed about it. I don't let fear or that feeling that I need to be 100% correct all the time control me and cause me to fail. It is more important to count and to be close than to not count and completely fail. In stage 3, you're counting calories, but you're making an estimate. I say I'm about 80% accurate, and that's probably being optimistic, to be honest. But for the most part, I give a plus or minus 20% swing on my daily goal. So again, my goal is 2,000 calories a day. So a 20%, I can over or under that by 400 calories. So 2,400 calories, yeah, I might hit that when I think I'm at 2,000. But the thing is, even when I'm at 2,400 calories, I'm still losing weight in the long term. So really, it's more important, like I said, to have a degree of uncertainty rather than just to give up and throw the baby out with the bathwater. But ideally, with practice, counting calories becomes easier, and I will eventually weigh and measure my food as it comes, and I'll conceptually understand all food groups and foods that I'm consuming are what the calorie count is, and I'll get into the macro and micronutrients, and that just comes with, again, knowledge and practice and developing this skill to then, like I said, get to stage number 4. Stage number 4 is conscious competence. In this stage, a person has learned how to count calories, and they may be tracking their daily intake using an app or a food diary. I personally am using a few tools. Like I said, I'm kind of just now starting to get into MyFitnessPal. I would say it's okay, but it's super tedious and takes a while. So definitely not into stage 4 yet, which again, stage 4 is conscious competence. At this stage, you have a calorie goal and you're trying to plan out your meals and snacks in advance. But counting calories doesn't mean you don't get to enjoy food. In this stage, you are incorporating foods that you still enjoy, but again, you have a plan and you're capturing all those foods because you know how many calories are in each individual food group. So That's number 4. Stage number 5 is subscribing to Weight Warriors and commenting down below which stage you're in. No, that's not really the stage, but seriously, if you've enjoyed this content, please like the video and comment really where you're at in your weight loss journey or what stage you are in. But for real, stage number 5 is unconscious competence. This is the final stage where you're counting calories mentally in kind of a second nature. Like, you don't even need to think about it. This is the intuitive eating stage where you can just eat a salad or eat a burger, eat whatever, and you're like, okay, I know I'm at about 1,200 calories for the day because I'm feeling pretty full right now after that first meal. You know where you're at because you've been doing it for so long, and it's just second nature. You don't have to think about blinking. You don't have to think about breathing. And at stage 5, you don't really have to think about counting calories. Your body is just telling you where you're at. So again, a person is an estimated calorie count in stage 5. They can estimate a meal and a snack without having to track it precisely, and they just know that there's about 100 calories in a banana, for example. Especially in this stage, really, this is the goal stage. Stage 5 is like I said, some people call it intuitive eating. There's a very popular book called Intuitive Eating, but again, I want to make a note that stage 5 is the goal. So we are not always going to be counting calories for the rest of our life. I'm not always going to be super stressed about, right now I'm at 2,000 calories a day. But as for right now in this season, when I'm trying to lose weight and burn off this extra energy on my frame, I got to be counting calories. But eventually, hopefully in a couple years, after I've been healthy for a while and I'm at a healthy weight, it's just going to be life. I'm not going to have to think about it, just like I don't, again, think about breathing, blinking, and all that sort of thing. So as of now, counting calories is, like I said, an extremely valuable tool for weight loss. Please, I would recommend. This has been my number one thing, and it's why it's my number one key to success. My 3 keys to success is number 1 because there's so much around calories and nutrition. It's just so important, and I hope that you get out of stage 2, get out of that intimidation and punch fear in the face if that's where the stage that you're at. It's not as hard as you think, and once you get into it, it starts to build in your mind, and it gets easier and easier. So thanks for watching this video. Again, if you've enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe, and I do post a weekly update of what I'm doing for my weight loss journey and how I'm doing, so feel free to watch those videos, and I'll see you next time.